Adam, wake up. We gotta be at the airport in an hour. We're going to Japan today.
I just had the weirdest dream about that. I'm Adam Myatt. I'm also known as the Catman in West Oakland. I got that title because I take pictures of feral cats here in my neighborhood, and a couple of years ago started making a calendar called Hood Cats. After the first Hood Cats calendar, I got contacted by a bunch of different people who were all curious as to what I did for the cats other than just take their pictures. So I reached out to my friend Ann Dunn, who runs an organization called Cat Town, and she's helped me start taking care of the cats. I have one cat junkie who lives in my backyard, but he can't come inside because my roommate's allergic. And we've gotten several litters of Hoodkins adopted, as well as a bunch of the adults spayed and neutered. Now Anna and I are teaming up to open America's first cat cafe here in Oakland, California. Now I'm about to head off to Japan to go see cat cafes firsthand, see how they function, and get inspired. After about 16 hours of traveling by plane and by train, the Catman finally arrived in Japan. We met up with my friend Adrian, who was letting us crash at her place, and set off to explore. First stop, Ueno Park. We arrived in Japan just in time for Hanami, the cherry blossom season. There were tons of people out enjoying the day and shopping in the market. We even bumped into the Catman of Ueno Park, who was taking his cats out for a stroll. Next up was the Akhibara district, which was described to us as Japan's nerd or otaku capital. We were bombarded by video arcades and electronics stores, but my favorite part of Akhibara was all the capsule vending machines. Most sold little toys or cell phone accessories, and of course I found some with cats. After the overwhelming sights and sounds of Akhibara, we wandered into a temple to take a breath. So the Catman is officially in Tokyo, so that's weird. And we're about to go into our first cat cafe, and so I'm super excited. We headed to Cafe Jalala, which was pretty easy to spot from the street. As we entered, we were greeted by the cafe staff and handed a book, introducing us to each of the cafe's cats. The space was fairly small and had a limit to 10 people at a time as to not overwhelm the cats. I made my way to the cafe counter, ordered some treats, and made friends right away. Some of the cats were pretty pushy, or only interested in you if you had treats, but I tried my best to distribute them evenly and made sure not to wake any of the sleeping cats. After hanging with the cats for about a half hour, our treat box was empty and we made our way to the exit. So we went to our first cat cafe and it was pretty awesome. There was like 17 cats in a really small space, but for the most part they seemed happy. They were really excited when we bought little fish treats. Now we're in Asakusa and we're gonna go to 2 more cat cafes. Our next cafe, Asakusa Nikkoan, sat 6 stories above the city and felt more like an office building than a cafe. In fact, they didn't even serve coffee. The cats here were much more playful though, and most were rescued by the owner Takako, who also does a lot of outreach for rescue groups in Tokyo. I was particularly drawn to Tetsu, who looked pretty sad with his big blue cone on, so I made sure to give him some extra special attention. I gave Takako some Hood Cat stickers and a calendar, and told her about Cat Town's plans for America's first cat cafe. And he lives in the backyard.
Is this you?
That's me, yes ma'am.
You are going to open the first cat cafe.
In the US, hopefully.
Why don't you
There was a bit of a language gap between us, but luckily our awesome guide Lorna showed up just in time to help me translate. We talked for a while and bonded over how our friends and family think we're crazy for dedicating our lives to cats. As we wrapped up at the cafe, Tetsu was relieved to be freed from his big blue cone, and we were excited to explore Tokyo with our new guide. We took a brief break from cats, and Lorna introduced us to takoyaki, or what we would call octopus balls. Crispy wheat flour filled with octopus, pickled ginger, and green onions. We made our way to Cafe Kala and talked with Lorna about what brought us to Japan.
I just explain it as like the universe put cats into my life and I'm just running with it. It's been a lot of fun. I've met a lot of like really nice people. We're in Japan for cats.
Yeah, for cats.
We said goodbye to Lorna and headed home to prepare for our trek to Cat Island. 3 cat cafes, one day.